Hey, how's it going? So, I'm gonna batch a couple videos, so you're gonna see me in my same t-shirt. It's my favorite t-shirt from Laurel. Huge hometown fan. I actually got to go there last year. It was so much fun. So I wanted to talk about the importance of open houses. Um, when I was a new agent, that was like my big thing. That's actually like my first like toe dipped in the water, if you will, is doing open houses. And I just wanted to talk about a couple things that really need to be pointed out with open houses. And it's not it's not going to be what you think. I will talk about like the marketing aspect and things like that. I'm actually going to be holding an open house class for local agents. If you guys are local and you want to come, let me know. I'll definitely shoot you an invite. But I wanted to discuss that like open houses are so incredibly important. And the reason is it's where we have communication and where we get to have conversations and where we get to get experience with buyers and sellers and neighbors. If you have a nosy neighbor that comes in, great. Thanks for coming in. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would improve or what you love about it or anything. And again, like when people give us their feedback, you don't have to take it to heart. You don't have to be like, I can't believe they said they don't like the paint in my house. Okay, and it's not their house. That's okay. They just don't like that shade for their own house, and that maybe got them to think about something, and that's great. But you know what you did? You had a conversation with them. And I love that because it's a connection, right? And that's what's so important about our business in real estate is we want to make connections. So huge thing to do with open houses is have them, right? But if you're going to do an open house, it's super duper important to be ready for your open house. I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to patch in what I lay out for my open house and like put some pictures in later on how I do my open houses. And I'm by no means like a guru on it or like the best at it or anything. Like there are so many people doing amazing open houses. They're doing incredible. And I love it because they taught me how to do it. So now I'm going to try to help teach you too. And I really encourage you to listen to what I'm saying, what they're saying, what other people are saying, like all of it, and kind of like mesh it in to make it your own because your open house is your event for your business. And it's going to show a buyer, a seller, a neighbor, a friend, is anybody, how you show up in your business. And it's so important. So when I do open houses, I actually make stuff. As if you can see, like I have my for sale sign for a house that couldn't have a like actual sign. So I made that and we put it in the window. You're going to see my one thing, all of this stuff. So I make a lot of my stuff and I have fun with it. I have a key that has the QR code that I put on there and I update the QR code as I go. My QR code is also the same thing that's on my for sale sign and all of that stuff. I put different things out. I put popcorn out and say, thanks for popping in. I have water bottles. Now, granted, I'm drinking out of this one, but I have water bottles and I put water tags on them. Those things have my business card. Those things have started conversations for me. Now, I just do them because, as somebody says, they're cutesy wootsy. And I like the cutesy wootsy, as you can tell. But they make people think about stuff and they show people who you are and what your personality is all about. And I'm creative, flashy, I guess. Things like that. Like I just like to have fun. I'm colorful, obviously. Like these glasses is because it's almost Valentine's Day. I'm gonna keep wearing them. My hair, hello. Like this is just my thing. So I do those things. And then I have my business card on them. And then I actually had a client call. It was really funny. Her kids took popcorn and she didn't know that they did. And I'm like, that's fine. Like the point of the popcorn is that so you guys eat so that you're happy and you want to have a conversation. Okay. Like I'll be very open about that. Not to mention the fact that sometimes I eat it too because open houses can be long. So anyway, so her kids took it and they dropped one of the little cards that I have on there in the car. And she said, well, I was cleaning out my car and I found your card and I'm so happy that I did. Me too. Let me say that again. She was cleaning out her car and she found the cards that were on the popcorn that her kids dropped. And she was so happy that she found it because she wanted to talk to me. Wonderful. Because she didn't remember me, and that's okay, because she had already told me that she went to like 4 or 5 open houses that day. It's a lot. You don't remember a lot of things. She probably didn't even remember the first open house she did. And sometimes when we go out and see a lot of these houses, my clients are like, dude, I don't even remember how to get home. Like, it's just so much information. So thank you for remembering me because of that card, right? That's why I do these things. So that was important to me. And you don't have to do it like that. Like, I also put out a bucket with like little candies and stuff like that. Like, and they're all prepackaged. I will not leave anything out that other people can shove their hands into or little kids can shove their hands into. Gross. And this is like post-COVID, pre-COVID, all of gross, just gross. So everything's prepackaged. The little popcorn bags are currently from Skinny Pop, apparently. It's like the little chip bags, basically. And then the bowl with the candy, it says, how sweet of you to stop in. And all I did was cut a stop sign shape out of red paper and did that with a marker. Now, granted, I have a Cricut and I have a Glowforge, so this is how I do a lot of my things. I'll do another video on that later. But my point is, all it took was just that little thing. And people like that. And again, it makes them happy because it makes them feel comfortable when they have things, and then they're probably starving and they want to stay a little bit longer because you gave them that offering. Now, if you are in a situation like I was when I first started, I really couldn't afford a whole lot. Like, I could not afford a lot at all. Sometimes it's okay. Like, it's okay if you can't. Ask for help, like ask the other agents for help. Like, it's okay. Bring a loan officer in. They get a budget for marketing to help you too. So ask them for help too. So definitely do that. What else was I going to say? Oh, okay. Sitting right in front of me. I did an open house one time and we did a hot chocolate open house, where I had like a bunch of I had brought my Keurig. We brought the cups. Thank you, Target. Just did a cute little thing. And I had so many people come because I invited the neighbors and I invited all of these people. And it was an event. Open houses are meant to be events, just so you know. Make it fun because it's fun for you and it's fun for them and people will talk about it. And that's the whole goal, right? So these are just the different types of things that I do for this stuff. And my last open house, I think I had marshmallows that were homemade by my favorite company. I just got suckers made too. So like just different things like that. Like if you can do that, awesome. If you can't, that's okay too. Do what you can and make it fun, make it memorable. I just heard somebody say, and I'm going to do this too, set up little photos in different rooms and say, if you see this photo, tell me. And then they get like a little prize. And literally the little prize is like a candy bar or a pen or something like that. Like it's just something little, something cheap. It's such a cute idea because then that also tells you who is paying attention and all of the rooms that they went into, right? Now, granted, you're only going to give them something for one room, but that still means that they went into a room and they were paying attention to what was on the wall or on the desk. They're paying attention to the house. They're interested in the house and you want to talk to them about that, right? So that's very important. When you're going to an open house, what do you need to take with you? Easy, right? No, it's not. So many people don't know what to take with them. First and foremost, always bring a sign-in sheet. And if you're a Keller Williams agent, we have the ability to make a QR code that goes right back into our command. I still have to figure out how to do that. Not gonna lie. But we have that opportunity. Have a sign-in sheet with you, have a pen with you, have toilet paper with you. Dear God, always bring toilet paper in your car if you're a real estate agent. I will repeat that on every video from now on. Just in case you need it, have a water with you because sometimes we talk so much that we get the in our throat. You need to have water with you, at least for you. Bring hand sanitizer. This isn't like a weird whatever thing, but sometimes there are sticky things on the counters and they're vacant homes. I don't know what that sticky thing was, but now there's no water, there's no soap. I gotta do something. So bring hand sanitizer. Something that you definitely need to do, and I just touched on it, but I've done this before. Make sure the utilities are on in your open house. Stop by that house. either the Thursday or Friday before. If you're doing it on Saturday, if you're doing the open house on Saturday and Sunday, stop by Thursday or Friday before, get the house ready, get it cleaned out, make sure there's no like dead cockroaches or animals inside of the house. Again, true story, been there. It was disgusting. I was in a house one time where there was no running water, and I could tell you that there was no running water for months because the murky, disgusting toilet water that was in that house that I didn't know about because it was last minute, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. Never again. I will never ever do that again. It reminded me of the episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that they were in the pool and the crazy little creepy guy came up and like was trying to eat them and whatever. It reminded me of that in the toilet. Okay. And I'm supposed to be showing this house. Now, I'm not even telling you about the smell because we won't go there. I think I trauma blocked that. It's disgusting. Make sure the utilities are on. Make sure that if you're, okay, I'm in Florida. We need air conditioning in our houses that we're going to be sitting in. It's one thing if we're showing a house, we're only in there for a couple of minutes without air conditioning. If we're sitting in a house for, 1 to however many hours, you need air conditioning, okay? Again, I've been there. Don't do that. It's not okay to not do an open house without utilities on. And any agent who tells you that it is, send them my way. Just saying. So no, make sure you have that. Make sure that the house is clean. Make sure I bring, either wipes or sometimes I'll bring spray and like actual paper towel or something. And I'll clean off the counters because again, like you don't want to stick your hand in something sticky. The clients that you have walking through the door potentially don't want to have their hands in something sticky. That's gross. So make sure you have that on. Make sure you turn all of the lights on in the house. I don't know why this has to be said, but I'm going to say it. If you're doing an open house, make sure all of the lights are on. It presents better. If you want people to feel like they're allowed to walk in, because if they are not, the lights aren't on, they feel like, oh, can I even go in this room? Am I okay to walk in here? Make sure they're on. Like you want it to be welcoming and inviting. Don't lock the door of the open house. Like, they need to be able to come inside, and if somebody comes up and the door's locked, they're just going to walk away, and you don't know what you just missed out on, and that kind of sucks, right? Have information on the house, whether it's a half sheet of paper, whether it's a whole sheet of paper, whether it's the MLS sheet or something from RPR or something you created on Canva or Command, whatever it is, make sure you have information about the house. Now, I was always told to remember the information. Okay. Here's the problem. I have the mind of Dory. I forgot whether I ate today or not. I can't do that. And that's okay. But like have the information readily available to go. What I do is I print out the MLS sheet for brokers, which is us, real estate agents. And then I used to do the MLS sheet for customers or whatever. I think that's what it's called. And now I've started creating a different type of sheet that I don't think I have it here, or I pull it up, that looks just more clear. So like the bedroom, bathroom square footage is right there. If it has a pool, if it has a security system or something special, if it's an HOA, how much is the HOA? All of those key points are right in the first, like, not even paragraph, they're bullet pointed in the first thing. And I'll probably add this to the video too. So that's what I started doing for that. If you need booties, like shoe covers, have them. You can always ask the other agent. So things like that, like make sure you have that type of stuff. Like I said, toilet paper, make sure you have toilet paper and soap and potentially paper towel, something to dry their hands with, something to wash their hands with. Just saying. So how do we get open houses? If we're newer, if we don't have a listing of our own, super easy. Ask somebody. There's somebody in your brokerage, in your office, who isn't able to do their own open house, or there's so many agents who don't even want to do open houses, and that's okay, dude, because it's my jam. I mean, I can't with the baby, but it's my jam. So ask somebody, hey, are you available to do this open house, or do you mind if I do? Do you mind if I do, anything like that for you? The more we show up to the office, the more that people will automatically ask you. Sometimes there's an app called Shoami. Sometimes Shoami shows up that people, like those agents are paying other agents to do the open houses. That works too. But ask somebody. If it's not in your market center, if it's not in your brokerage, that's okay. Ask somebody else. If you see a house when you're searching the MLS and stuff that you really like and you want to do an open house on, do it. Heck yeah, man. But you got to ask, right? Something else that we've started doing is I work with a specific new construction community, and I love working with them. They're so sweet. Well, that agent will text me and say, hey, I have this brand new house. Do you have any agents that know how to do it? And I will pass it on to them because I can't. New construction communities want you to do their open houses. And guess what? You get the buyer. Oh my gosh. And then if that buyer has to sell their house, you now have a buyer and a seller and a potential referral. Are you kidding me? All that for just a new construction. And how many people stop in at new constructions? Because it's a lot during the day. So why wouldn't you have an open house at a new construction? And you could do that Monday through Sunday. Just do it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Don't stress about the time. If you're able to do it on Sunday between 10 and 12, I know a lot of people were like, well, but people are in church. Okay, but you're not, and you're available. Go ahead and do it. If you want to do an open house on Friday between, 3 and 7, wonderful, do it. If you want to do an open house on Super Bowl Sunday, or maybe not a holiday, but if you want to, do whatever is your jam. That's just me. I wouldn't do it on holiday. Super Bowl Sunday, absolutely I would do it. You know why? Because it's a freaking party and I'm so excited to celebrate it. Again, it's an event. You can do themed open houses. Like, I had an idea to do a Valentine's Day open house, and I actually did one last year. An Easter open house, a Mardi Gras open house. How fun would that be? Do like a summer luau open house. I'm trying to think of just like anything. Like, you could do a birthday party open house, even if it's not your birthday, who cares? It's your unbirthday. Do a tea party open house. Like, there's so many ideas. Like, the ideas are endless. The possibilities are endless. Like, just keep the creativity going, So do the open house. Ask agents how to do an open house. If in your office, if you're not really sure, ask to shadow. I am an agent who loves to have people shadow me. I love to teach the classes. Like I said, I'm going to have one pretty soon in the Winter Haven area. So if you're in Florida and you're in Winter Haven, you want to come on, let's do it. Ask people how to do stuff. Ask people to show you how to do stuff. There are so many agents that are more than willing to help you, and the agents that aren't, that's okay. Go find somebody else then. Go find the next person. They will help you, okay? Just, be ready. And bring your computer. Bring your charger. And if your open house isn't super busy, guess what? You have blocked time to do things, to do social media, to do contacts, to make phone calls, to clear up your CRM, to make your to-do list for what you want to do for the next week. You have so many things that you could be doing at this open house that don't involve sitting and just doom scrolling. Just saying. So another thing too is bring your best self. Make sure you eat before your open house. Make sure you're fed and watered and went to the bathroom and you feel good and like you listen to like a super awesome song before you went in. Bring your best self to this open house because that's what you want. You want to help sell the house. You want to help sell the home to the next homeowner, but you also want to sell yourself. Not in that way, but you want to help sell like your value too, right? And like it should already show up as soon as somebody meets you. Your value should like pour out, but bring your best self. I'm sure there's a couple of things that I'm missing that, I'll have another video on open houses. We could talk about it, but that's like the biggest thing, beyond the signs and the balloons and the this, that, and the other thing. These are things that are so, so important that we don't talk about enough, that we need to. And again, if you're not able to find an open house, or if you don't have your own house to do it at, go ask somebody. Like, go ask for help. It's okay. Nobody's going to judge you. So with all of that being said, I hope you're having a beautiful day and have so much fun.